Okay, so we're going to look at different types of numbers. Now, the reason that the different types of numbers are important is because the different types of numbers obviously have different purposes, right? Okay, so you can see my screen, right? Okay, so the first one I'm going to look at is natural numbers. Okay, now a natural number is the number that we count with. So when we count, we don't usually start, okay, there are 0 Smarties in the cup. Now there is 1 Smartie in the cup. We just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then it goes on and on and on. Now we're not going to count 1, 1.5, 1.5, 2, 2.5. That's not really how we count. That's not natural, right? So this is your natural numbers, and the way that we write the symbol for this is n, like this. Okay. The next one we've got is a whole number. Now a whole number starts with 0 because a whole is not whole without 0, right? Because you need to understand that it's a little bit more conceptual than a natural number because it takes it a little bit deeper. So this one you learned, these were the first ones you learned. Then you started learning about 0 and you were like, okay, but there's like nothing. And between 0 and nothing, there is a space. And the space between 0 and nothing is the same as the space between 1 and 2. And so this illuminates the space between numbers. Okay, which sets us up nicely to understand what are those things? Number lines, right? Next up, we've got our whole numbers, and the symbol for this is this. Okay, because it's like a natural number, but it also includes 0. So let's create another one. Our next one is our integers. Okay. Now an integer, the symbol for an integer is a Z. I love that symbol. It was my favorite symbol to do at school. Now an integer goes negative, boo, 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 but like -5, -4, -3. Okay, I'm just going to make an error here. -2, -1. Oh, but there it also includes a 0. 1, 2, 3, and it kind of like continues on. Okay, so that is an integer. Now an integer is kind of like, so we had our natural numbers. This was the first one. Then we have our whole numbers. If I'm doing this thing on the right side. And then we've got our integers. Okay, so we first learn this one, then we learn this one, then we learn this one. And we see how it kind of progresses our understanding of these things. Okay, and basically integers are positive, are 0, and are negative. Okay, from integers we move on to prime numbers. So our prime numbers are pretty fun. Oh gosh, what did I do here? Okay, so our prime numbers are pretty fun because So I'm reading this book called The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime for the umpteenth time. And this kid is absolutely obsessed with prime numbers. So a prime number, he says, is quite interesting because it seems simple, but a prime number, there is no pattern. So while everything else has a pattern, a prime number doesn't have a pattern that we know of. Okay? So if you, I'm not sure whether this is just fiction, but if you find a high enough prime number that they have not yet discovered, then you can sell it to the US Army, the US military, because they use it in their encryption. You can sell it to the US military and they will pay you like $10,000 or something. Okay, so this is what a prime number is. Some people say that a prime number can only be divided by itself in 1. I don't know how to spell divided. Is that right? Okay. But then that would mean that 1 is a prime number because 1 can be divided by itself. So therefore, I'm going to take this definition and I'm going to throw it out the window. And I'm going to say that it doesn't explain things well enough. Instead, I'm going to say that a prime number has only 2 factors. This is a little bit less simplistic than this, but a prime number has only 2 factors. And so there are no 2 numbers. There are only 2 numbers that can be multiplied to give you that. And that number, 1 can always be multiplied by anything. So that takes up one of the spaces. So therefore, it can only be the other number. So 1 times 2, 1 times 3, 1 times 5, 1 times 6, 1 times 7. So this will give you 2, this will give you 3, this will give you 5, this will give you 7. Okay, so if we take it from there, what about 1 times 6? That gives us 6. But are there any other factors of 6? Yeah, because we've got 2 times 3. So now 6 actually has 4 factors. Therefore, it cannot be a prime number. Okay. So a prime number probably has a symbol. I do not know the symbol. Okay. Now, the next one I want to look at is square numbers. And this one's pretty fun because if I take a square, what do I know about a square? Four sides, 4 angles. Okay, let's bring it down to not be a rhombus. Oh wait, 4 equal angles. Okay, yeah, if it's 4 equal angles and 4 equal sides, yes. And okay, so we can leave it there then. But what I'm going to show you is if this is 2, this is 2, because a square has equal sides, then if I fill in these blocks, break it down into 1 and 1 and 1, then that gives us 4. So 2 squared is equal to 4. And let's do it in a bigger number. Let's do 4. Okay. So we're going to do 4 by 4. 1, 2. Okay. So we've got 4 by 4. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we've got 4 squared is equal to 16. Right? Now, if 4 squared is equal to 16, look at this. 4 times 4 is also equal to 16. So therefore, that is how a square number works. Okay. Pretty simple, eh? Now, from there, we've also got cube numbers. Okay. So cube numbers, okay, gosh, this is a mess. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's actually build different planes here. So, let's look at this. Let's choose a yellow. So, over here, you see how there is one block. Takes up. Oh, wait, I'm missing a piece. I'm missing a piece that goes that top. Oh my gosh, this is seriously a mess. I'm sorry. Okay, it's actually much easier done with Lego. I wish I had some Lego here. But a cube number, it's going to have there, 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 there. This is 4 over there at the top. And it's got another 4 at the bottom. So what we've got is we've got 2 that way, and we've got 2 that way. But 2 times 2. But then we multiply it again because we're doubling it up. We've got 2 layers. Is that okay? So, is this 2, 4, 6? No. It is 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Okay, because we're not adding them. And so a cube number is, so 2 cubed equal to 8. So 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. Okay. And so that is your introduction to different types of numbers.